Howdy, howdy. It is the 2nd of February. I just turned 9:41. Um, it's pretty late. It's a Friday night. It's not as hot as the past few nights. But yes, look, I'm a bit tired. I went out to dinner tonight. Um, it was an interesting Friday. But I think maybe one day I'll tell you all the minor details of this day. I just don't. It's just not fitting tonight to go into too much detail. Um, but yeah, this morning I was listening to a um, Alex Hormozi podcast, and he had talked about how you have to be the hero of your own story. Like you have to, your life, you have to think of your life as a movie, and you are the hero in it. And so you have to approach every scenario like you're the hero of your story. So the best movies when the hero takes a risk and the risk pays off. But even if the risk doesn't pay off, you watch him try. You know what I mean? And it's such an interesting metaphor how to view life, because when you're on your deathbed, or when you're in your old age, like you'll be looking back at your life like a movie and thinking about all the things that you could have done or would have done, and or should have done. And yeah, I don't know why, but I like that metaphor a lot. It puts a lot of things into perspective on how you should approach each situation, how you should approach life. Yeah. I liked it. I think it put things in perspective, especially before work, as I was going through and doing my daily routine with, being in that little cube box, and it was just something that was just pondering at the back of my head, if this was the life that I want to live. And if I was the hero of my story, if this is where, if this was part of the story, or if this was the entirety of the story. But it's the perspective, I guess. I think the more I think about, my purpose and how I want to live my life, it always comes back to accountability and your perspective on that situation, and how you interpret certain things. I really liked it. I like constantly reminding myself of that. I think it's very, very powerful. It puts you in line or in course with exactly, not exactly like that feeling that no one's gonna come and save you. This is you. You chose to be here. This is your burden, your cross the burden. Yeah, again, I had two very interesting events happen today, but I'd like to maybe go into more details at a later date. It is again, it's going to be a very short video. It is the 2nd of Feb. Remember this fucking date. Remember this date. I think the stories might not mean a lot when I do tell you guys, but it means a lot to me now. So save the date. I do have a quote from the one and only, the Nelson Mandela, that I would like to read out. Again, always fitting. I'm always trying to select something that speaks to, the last fucking 2 weeks of me recording these videos. But it goes. So this is a Nelson Mandela quote. I wish Let's see this one. It says, difficulties break. So this is a letter to Winnie Mandela. I think Winnie was his first wife in 1975. Difficulties break some men, but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying. One armed with the hope that he will rise even in the end. Fuck yeah, Nelson, fuck. Difficulties break some men, but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying. One armed with hope that he will rise even in the end. I need to read his book. I need to read Nelson Mandela's book. I've heard, or my sister told me that it's quite thick, but it's so interesting. He lived such an interesting life. Of course he did. The most fucking stoic man that has ever, if not, who has walked this earth in the 21st century. Difficulties break some men, but make others. No axe is sharp enough to cut the soul of a sinner who keeps on trying. One armed with hope that he will rise even in the end. Fuck, I just found that just then as well. I didn't actually have a read of that prior. I really liked it. The one that I was going to read tonight was, the greatest glory in living lies not in never failing, but in rising every time we fall. It's, yeah, what a man. Damn, I like that one. Difficulties break some men, but make others. Anyway, I hope that that can ponder on your mind. I like it a lot. Thanks for tuning in. For those who are keeping up to date with these videos, keep tuning in. Look, I'll go for fucking 90. I think I'm gonna go for 90. And I think I'm gonna go for 90, and then I'm gonna go for fucking 120. I'm just gonna keep uploading. I like sharing my. It's like a journal. It feels like a journal of inner thoughts, while also documenting this journey that I'm going through, and sharing it with whoever wants to watch it. Feel free to comment, whoever wants to comment. Actually, you don't have to comment. I'm getting a few private messages, which I appreciate as well. But yes, look, keep tuning in. I like making these videos, and I hope they're adding some value to your life as well. Deuces.